Hello, happy Easter Sunday 2026. Welcome to Stirring the Pot with Ronnie and Cheryl, Kitchen Edition. Today, we are going to be making Hudutu for our Easter lunch. So what we have here, we are starting off with traditional salt fish that my mother always used to get for Easter. She would always request her son-in-law, Ronnie, to bring some salt fish from Guatemala, and we would get the salt fish when we couldn't get it from Guatemala. We would go to our local mercado and look for it, or our local Filipino or Pacific Asian store, and look for our salt fish for this special occasion. Again, when our mom was alive, she would make this. She would start off the morning time with making some fresh hashed fish out of the salt fish, and then using the remainder of the fish to make hudutu. So today we are going to be making hudutu, or aka machuca, which will be basically serilasus gravy based with coconut milk. You can make it with coconut milk, or you can make it with tahini, which is basically brown flour with water. But we're not doing that recipe today. We are going to be doing it with the coconut milk. So again, this is the salt fish. This is before I boil it down, boil out the salt. Then the other ingredients we're going to be using are the basic, the habanero, the garlic, onions, fresh bay leaf, our coconut milk, black pepper, cumin, and I always have to use my consomme. And when I use consomme, I don't use salt. And because this fish is already salted, we will not be using a lot of the consomme. And then our main ingredient is the plantains. So with this recipe, it's 2-to-1. I'm only making enough for my husband and myself. So I am using 3 green plantain to 2 very ripe plantain. Okay, it's a 3-to-2 ratio, 3 green and 2 extremely ripe. And again, these are our ingredients, our main ingredients. This is our main guest of honor for this lovely dinner of machuca hudutu today on this Easter Sunday. If you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe, like, share. This is what we're doing on this Easter Sunday of Stirring the Pot with Ronnie and Cheryl. Stay tuned. So welcome back to Stirring the Pot with Ronnie and Cheryl, Cooking Edition. Again, we are making hudutu, or what you know as machuca, today for Easter. And we are boiling the salted fish. This is the first boil. I've had it boil for the first 30 minutes. And as you can see, all of that salt is there. It's like really in there. If you taste the water, it's like extremely salty. So I'm getting ready to take this off, change the water, and boil it again for probably another half an hour, and see where we're at, and then we will return. And by that time, I should be ready to start making my stew and boiling my plantain and getting this hudutu together for Sunday Easter meal. Alrighty, stay tuned. If you like what you're seeing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, share it with your family and friends, and we'll see you on the other side. Welcome back to Stirring the Pot with Cheryl and Ronnie, Kitchen Edition. Again, we are making some hudutu machuca today, and I am getting ready to boil my plantain. So we have 3 green plantains, and we have 2 ripe plantains that we're going to boil. So a trick that my mom taught me to kind of have these plantains boil a lot quicker is to cut them up, which I've done. I cut them up, and you place the green plantains at the bottom and the ripe plantain on top, because it doesn't take that long for the ripe plantain to cook. So that's how I have it in my pot. I'm going to get ready to light up the stove, boil the plantain, and I will check it in about 15 minutes to see if it's where I want it to be, and then we'll add it to the stew. Okay, to the stew. We'll see you on the other side. Bye. Welcome back to Stirring the Pot with Ronnie and Cheryl. I am boiling my plantains, as you can see. My plantains are boiling away in this, as we prepare for this Hudutu Machuca Sunday, Easter Sunday lunch. And we have the plantains. They're boiling. They're looking good. I just tested them with the fork to see if they are ready, and no, not quite. Almost, but not quite. Probably another 5 minutes or so. I've already boiled them so far for about 15 minutes, so I'm letting them boil for an additional 5 minutes, and then I will check the density to see if it's at the consistency that I want. But in the meantime, in this pot, I am sauteing my onions and my garlic in just maybe, let's say a tablespoon of coconut oil. So that's what I'm doing right now. And in a little bit, I'm going to add my coconut milk and my other ingredients. And we are going to get this this Hudutu stock ready for the fish. And for me, pigtail, because I wanted my pigtail, and today I will be eating my swine. My husband will have his fish, and I will have my pigtail for this meal, because, you know, that's the way I like it. Stay tuned, and we'll see you on the other side. So welcome to Stirring the Pot. Welcome back to Stirring the Pot with Ronnie and Cheryl. As you can see, our plantain is done. So I have divided them out the way that I usually do it, learning it from my mom. It's a 2-to-1 ratio, 2-to-3 ratio. So I've cut them up. That was how I boiled them. They were already cut. So when we get ready to pound the plantain, we are going to add the 3 green to the 2 ripe. Okay, in that portion. This would basically be 3 portion sizes, but since it's only my husband and I, my son does not like this, she doesn't eat it, but we'll have leftovers for tomorrow. So we're going to make 3 portions of this today. And here's the fish after I boiled it. This was 2 whole fish that were basically salted. And what I did was I only want the head of mine. So my husband gets the whole fish. I only want the head of my fish. And what I did with the remainder is, because my husband said he wanted hash fish for dinner later, I've hashed the remainder of that fish. This is what it looks like when I get ready to, prepare it later on. I'm going to add some onions and some fresh garlic to it and make it all nice for him later on with another meal for dinner. So for me, because I'm only getting the head of the fish, like I mentioned earlier, I wanted pigtail, I wanted my swine. My husband does not like pigtail, but hey, you know, I only eat it twice a year. So today is one of those days that I will be enjoying my pigtail with my Hudutu. So we are going to put all of that together. When we come back, I'm going to show you what my Stirringthepot is looking like. And yeah, and we are making Hudutu. We are making it with some paluma. We are going to enjoy this feast once it's done and it's put all together. You know, so yeah, we are going to make, the Hudutu. So here, welcome back. Here is my palumo lassos that I am preparing. So I had, again, this is a small portion size, so I'm using a smaller pot. So it's only for my husband and myself. So what I did was, I wasn't grating coconut today, don't have to. We're here in the States, so we could do it the old-fashioned way, which would be grating coconut. I have all of my grating tools, but yeah, I wasn't doing that today. So what I did was just I used 1 can of coconut, okay, and to 3 cups of water, because I don't want it to be that rich, So again, that's 1 can of coconut, which is basically, let me see, I think it equals to 2 cups. And so we will give you all of that recipe, on the link below. But it's 1 can of coconuts to 3 cups of water. And we have my onions, the garlic. I've added fresh bay leaf and a little bit of consomme, chicken consomme, and some black pepper to it. And, you know, I added the consomme because like my mom would always say, the consomme gives it a little bit of that oomph or that gumption in her words. It just makes it taste better. So again, just like maybe just a pinch for you. For me, it's a pinch, but for the sake of giving you the directions and the ingredients, it's basically like a half a teaspoon, just a smidget. Okay, so that's all I've added to just give it that little bit of oomph. You know, of course, you taste it to see if you need more or less, but because I use consomme and then the fish is already salted, I did not add salt to this, you know, to this gravy, to this, yeah, I did not add any salt to it. So we are going to let it slow boil, you know, and add the fish and add everything else to it, and you will see what it looks like towards the end. In a little bit, I am going to convince my husband to start beating the plantains so we could start eating. Alrighty? So here is my Sere la sauce palumo. I have my fish in there. As you can see, my pigtail is in there. It's coming all together. And we are about to have this hudut in just a little bit. You know, we kind of cut down a little bit of the fat of the coconut milk by adding some water. So yeah, I mean, you can make it more richer if you want to. You don't necessarily have to do what I do. You could just use the coconut milk like that, straight out the can, or you could do what I did, cut a little bit of that fat by adding some water to it to make it a little bit thinner. So that's what I did. It's up to you how you want to make it, how thick and rich you want your coconut palumo to be, you know, your la sauce, your gravy, however you want it. You make it your way, you know, season it to taste. I did not add salt. I used consomme, but again, to each their own. You will figure it out, and you know what you like in your food. You know how you like your food to taste. So that's the way my la sauce, my palumo la sauce is looking, and we are going to start pounding the plantains. So we are back and we are getting ready to pound the plantain. We have our volunteer here. Are you ready for this task at hand?
Let's do this.
Yes, he is pounding the plantain the traditional way. He got this. Okay, it's a tedious task, but we are doing this the traditional way. We have, you know, the younger generation who, you know, they use the food processor, but this is our traditional Garifuna food processor. Right now we have the green plantain, which takes a little bit longer to pound. You know, we add a little bit of water to the stick to kind of make it easier. You know, you could do it that way, or, you know, some of the, you know, the older ladies used to just put their hand and just put a little bit of water in there. Or you could just dip the stick, the mata, you know, in the water. And then, you know, this is the hana that we have here, which we are pounding the plantain in. Again, you see
it's getting there.
It's getting there. It's getting there. Again, it's a lot of work. It helps build the muscles. This is Stirring the Pot with Ronnie and Cheryl. You know, look at that. As you can see, it's coming all together. Again, we are getting all of those lumps, and we want to smooth this out.
Okay, we're ready.
And we are ready to add the green.
This is the
sorry, that's the right.
The right. Mm-hmm.
You know, so, you know, some people like to do their hudut with all ripe. I don't like it that way because it makes it too sweet. I like the consistency of, you know, the 2-to-1 or 3-to-1. That's the way my parents taught me to make it. For every 3 green plantain, you add 2 ripe plantains for that consistency. You know, so it's not too sweet. And that's the way we're doing it here. We're keeping it traditional, old school style. Look at that. I see a lump there. Get it out. Yeah, get that lump. So welcome back to Stirring the Pot with Ronnie and Cheryl. This is our finished product of our Hudutu, our, oh my God, it's been a process. So this is our finished product of the Hudutu, aka machuca. This is what it looks like. This is my husband's plate. He just wanted the whole fish, and he has his hudut on the side, machuca. And this is my plate. I wanted pigtail with just the fish head. And my machuca, my hudut, this is our Easter feast of traditional hudut. Now, you'll see, people making their hudut their way. Everybody have their way of making it. I like to keep it simple and traditional, again, with just the fish and not too many other stuff. You'll see people using all kinds of seafood in their hudut. To me, that's just too much. Again, I like to stick to the basic, either pigtail or with the fish. And as you can see, I did use coconut milk, but I did not use like a lot of coconut milk. I broke it down by adding water to eliminate some of that fat. A little bit healthier option, but you could do it the way you want it. If you want it to be that extra rich flavor of coconut milk, you could go ahead and just use it as is without adding any water to it and just make it nice and richer. But this is the final product. If you like what you are seeing, don't forget to subscribe, like, share this this channel with your family and friends. Again, this is Stirring the Pot with Ronnie and Cheryl, the kitchen edition, and this is our hudut. Alrighty, enjoy your day. Bye.